Neymar, Neymar!
And a tragic story to get to here. 6 people are dead after 2 helicopters crashed midair in Brazil over the weekend. And Brazilian officials are confirming that one of the victims is American singer-songwriter Oliver Tree. The 32-year-old was in Brazil after wrapping up the south leg of his world's first world tour in Sao Paulo earlier this month. Surveillance footage released by local fire officials capturing the moment a helicopter fell from the sky yesterday. One of the helicopters was also seen catching on fire before crashing into a parking lot, setting roughly 20 cars on fire. The cause of this horrific collision is being investigated.
Large fire. Now, no one on the helicopter survived. Among the passengers was American singer Oliver Tree.
Yesterday morning, Oliver Tree boarded a helicopter in Rio de Janeiro alongside 5 other passengers. At around 9 a.m., tragedy struck when 2 helicopters reportedly collided in mid-air above the city, turning what should have been a routine flight into a devastating disaster.
American singer and comedian Oliver Tree was one of 6 people who died in a mid-air helicopter collision in Brazil on Sunday morning. Footage of the moment the helicopter fell to the ground in Rio de Janeiro was captured on surveillance camera. A witness told reporters, "It was terrifying, absolutely horrifying." At least one of the helicopters crashed into a parking lot containing electric cars. Authorities say the lithium-ion batteries in the lot caught fire. Afterwards, wreckage from the crash was visible. First responders could be seen removing human remains from the scene. 32-year-old Oliver Tree was in South America to perform and had recently given a concert in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Also among the dead reportedly was Argentine YouTuber Gasper Priem, known as Gaspy, and film director Lucas A. Vinhal. Authorities in Brazil are investigating the cause of the accident.
Reports stated that everyone aboard both aircraft lost their lives, but one detail has left people completely stunned. A 7th passenger, a close friend of the group, was supposed to be on that same helicopter and backed out at the very last moment under circumstances that sound almost unbelievable. Even more surprising were the emotional reactions that poured in from celebrities and creators who personally knew Oliver Tree.
That is awful. Yeah, that's awful.
That's horrible. He was literally at my birthday party.
Yo, what? Oh my. Bro, what? That's sad.
The crash reportedly happened shortly before 9 a.m. local time on Sunday, June 14, 2026, in Recreio dos Bandeirantes, a neighborhood located in the western part of Rio de Janeiro. In the days leading up to the incident, Oliver had been sharing moments from his trip across Brazil, looking energized and fully immersed in the culture.
Neymar, Neymar!
Making the situation even harder for many fans to process. By that point, Oliver had spent more than a week in Brazil and appeared to be enjoying every minute of it. He posted clips from local neighborhoods, wore a Brazilian national football jersey, played football in the streets, enjoyed churrasco, got a haircut, and rode through the city on a motorbike. His final upload was a full Instagram reel with Brazilian creator EA Break, captioned, "Gringo 24 horas no Brasil," showing an American experiencing Brazil for the first time while exploring the city and taking in everyday life. Posted the night before the tragedy, the video has since gathered millions of views from people who never imagined it would become his last post. Around him was a close-knit creative crew that had been working and traveling together. Among them were Lucas Prota, a Brazilian DJ and producer who had helped connect Oliver with Brazil's music scene and had reportedly been in the studio with him the previous night. Lucas Vinhal, an Argentine filmmaker whose recent work screened at the Berlin Film Festival, and Gaspar Priem, better known as Gaspy, a major Argentinian content creator with millions of YouTube subscribers and a huge presence across Spanish-speaking online communities. These were not random travelers or tourists passing through town. This was a tight creative team working on a project and heading toward a specific destination with a clear goal in mind. According to early reports from Brazilian emergency officials, the group was reportedly traveling to Angra dos Reis to film a music video, located roughly 150 kilometers west of Rio de Janeiro along the famous Costa Verde coastline. Angra dos Reis is known for its beautiful islands, clear waters, and breathtaking scenery. It's the kind of location creators dream of using for a major production, and taking a helicopter there instead of spending hours stuck in traffic seemed like the obvious choice. Everything about the plan appeared completely normal that morning. until events suddenly took a tragic turn. Authorities stated that one helicopter was traveling toward Angra dos Reis, while another aircraft was carrying out a routine refueling-related operation in the same area of airspace. According to reports, both helicopters ended up in the same location over Recreio dos Bandeirantes at around 9 a.m. on a cloudy Sunday morning. Videos shared online by witnesses appear to show the aircraft flying through the overcast sky before they seemingly make contact. Moments later, both helicopters reportedly began losing altitude at the same time. Within seconds, they disappeared from sight before a huge explosion was seen from the ground, sending thick black smoke into the air as emergency crews rushed to respond. One helicopter reportedly crashed into the parking area of a BYD electric vehicle dealership on Avenida das Americas. The impact triggered a fire that quickly spread to nearby vehicles. Firefighters noted that electric vehicle battery fires can be especially difficult to control and often require significantly more water than traditional vehicle fires. Reports indicated that around 20 cars were damaged or destroyed. The second helicopter was reportedly located about 100 meters away, and authorities stated that it was carrying only its pilot, Charles Marciak, who also lost his life in the collision. As news of the crash spread, eyewitness accounts painted a chaotic and frightening picture of what unfolded. A 27-year-old Burger King employee, Tamirez Santos, who was working nearby, told CNN Brazil that she heard an extremely loud explosion and felt the entire building shake from the impact. Moments later, she reportedly saw debris from the helicopter scattering across a wide area. Speaking from the scene, Fire Services Lieutenant Colonel Fabio Contreras told CNN Brazil, "Parts of the aircraft are scattered hundreds of meters away, so the information we have is still very preliminary. We really need to get the recordings and videos to understand exactly what happened." Another witness told reporters that one of the helicopters appeared to be on fire after the collision. The same witness also claimed to have seen what looked like a passenger leaving the other aircraft before it reached the ground. Authorities have not confirmed that account, and investigators continue to review evidence as part of the ongoing inquiry. At this stage, officials have stressed that many details remain under examination and that conclusions should not be drawn before the investigation is completed. Authorities also confirmed that the victims could not be formally identified at the crash site because of the severity of the impact and the intense fire that followed, making detailed forensic examinations necessary. Investigators are still working to determine exactly why the helicopters collided, and no official cause has been announced. Brazil's National Civil Aviation Agency released a statement expressing deep sorrow over the loss of life and confirmed it is reviewing the operational records, documentation, and legal status of the aircraft and pilots involved. The agency's statement ended with a message that many people later found especially striking. ANAC reiterates to all passengers on general aviation flights that they should verify the status of companies and aircraft before boarding. Meanwhile, Brazil's Air Force sent specialists from the Center for Investigation and Prevention of Aeronautical Accidents to secure the area, gather evidence, and conduct technical assessments of both aircraft. The crash also highlights a larger aviation issue in Brazil. According to official statistics from SINAIPA, even before this incident, the country had already recorded dozens of aircraft accidents in 2026. Small aircraft and helicopter travel are widely used across Brazil for business, tourism, and private transportation, particularly in major cities like Rio de Janeiro, where helicopter traffic is among the busiest in the world. Investigators are now focused on one critical question: how two helicopters ended up crossing paths in the same section of sky over a residential area on an otherwise ordinary Sunday morning. As investigators continued their work, authorities confirmed the identities of those who were on board the two helicopters. Among the victims were pilot Alexandre Souza, pilot Charles Marciak, Argentine filmmaker Lucas Viñale, 28, Argentine YouTuber Gaspar Priem, better known as Gaspy, 23, who had built an audience of more than 2.8 million subscribers, Brazilian DJ and producer Lucas Frota, who had been living in Miami and was visiting Brazil, and Oliver Tree Nicole, the 32-year-old musician and entertainer from Santa Cruz, California. 6 lives were lost in the tragedy, with no survivors reported. But one detail continued to grab attention online. There was reportedly another person who had been expected to join the trip and never boarded. That story would quickly become one of the most talked about parts of the entire incident. As the news spread from Brazilian media to international headlines, social media exploded with reactions. Fans flooded comment sections, but it was the responses from celebrities who personally knew Oliver Tree that hit especially hard because of how emotional and immediate they were. Comedian and actress Whitney Cummings shared a heartfelt tribute, describing Oliver as one of the most talented people she had ever known. She wrote that extraordinary talent often comes with a huge ego or unnecessary drama, but said Oliver was different, calling him pure love and praising him as the kind of artist and person others should aspire to be. She added, "There's no silver lining. We lost a giant," alongside a photo of them smiling together. KSI, who worked with Oliver on the 2023 track Voices, also posted an emotional message on X, writing, "You're 32, man. You should still be here. You still had so much life to live, so much music to make, so much content to make. You're a legend and will always be a legend. Still doesn't feel real. Genuinely feels sick. I love you, bro." The message stood out because it was far more personal than the type of post fans typically see from him, showing just how deeply the news affected those who had worked closely with Oliver. Lil Yachty, who previously collaborated with Oliver on A Hole, also joined many others in paying tribute as shock and sadness continued to spread across the music and creator communities. Tributes continued pouring in from across the music and creator worlds as more people reacted to the devastating news. Rapper Baby No Money shared a message describing Oliver Tree as a major inspiration, thanking him for his creativity and unique vision, while saying the loss had left him heartbroken. But one of the most emotional stories came from Brazilian music producer Victor Uau. According to a message he posted on Instagram shortly after the crash, he had originally been expected to join the helicopter flight. Victor explained that he had spent time with Oliver Tree and Lucas Froda leading up to that morning, and that everyone around him knew he had a strong fear of flying. Instead of pressuring him to go, Lucas Froda reportedly respected his concerns and helped arrange another way for him to travel to Angra dos Reis. That decision would end up changing everything. In a deeply personal message directed at Lucas, Victor wrote, "I was supposed to be on that helicopter with you, and I didn't go at the last second. You told me that since I felt afraid, you had arranged a car to take me to Angra dos Reis, and someone else would take my place. Now I owe you my life, brother. I don't know what to do in this moment. I love you." The post quickly spread online as people reacted to the heartbreaking reality of how close Victor had come to being on that flight. However, it was another message from Victor that generated even more discussion. According to many viewers following the story, that second post appeared to reveal additional details about the events leading up to the flight and why certain plans changed at the last moment. As those details circulated, fans continued struggling to process what had happened. Across social media, countless people expressed disbelief, with some admitting they initially thought the reports couldn't possibly be real. One fan wrote, "Oh man, I want to believe this is a stunt because that kind of thing was part of his whole gimmick. Please be a stunt, man. I love Oliver Tree." Comments like that appeared again and again as the news spread. For many followers, the reaction reflected the unusual impact Oliver had built throughout his career. He became known for creating content that constantly blurred the line between reality, satire, and performance, keeping audiences guessing about what was genuine and what was part of the act. Because of that reputation, some fans found it difficult to immediately accept the reports, a response that showed just how deeply his public persona had connected with millions of people around the world. To many fans, Oliver Tree was the kind of artist who stood out the moment he entered a room. Some performers spend years trying to build a unique identity, while others seem to have it naturally from the very beginning, and Oliver was often seen as one of those rare personalities. Born Oliver Tree Nickel on June 29, 1993, in Santa Cruz, California, he grew up in a city known for its surf culture, creative energy, and unconventional spirit. Santa Cruz has long been a place that encourages individuality, and from an early age, Oliver appeared determined to follow his own path. He began taking piano lessons at just 3 years old and was already experimenting with songwriting by the age of 4. According to stories shared about his childhood, he was creating music constantly and showing an unusual level of creative focus long before most kids even knew what they wanted to do. Looking back, many people who followed his career believe the signs were there from the start that he was never going to blend into the crowd or follow a traditional route through life. As he grew older, Oliver developed a wide range of musical influences, exploring everything from jazz and hip-hop to pop punk and indie rock. Instead of sticking to one style, he pulled ideas from multiple genres and mixed them together, something that would later become a defining part of his sound. Away from music, he spent time skateboarding and learning music production on GarageBand. two interests that eventually merged into a creative identity that felt completely his own. During middle school, he played guitar and sang in a ska band called Irony, an early chapter that already hinted at his offbeat personality and sense of humor. Later, he began releasing music independently under the name Criff, uploading dubstep tracks to SoundCloud around 2010 and connecting with artists in the Santa Cruz music scene. At the time, he was still a teenager, experimenting with electronic music while slowly building an audience online. As his ambitions grew, he moved to San Francisco and attended San Francisco State University, studying business for roughly 2 years. Even while pursuing higher education, he continued developing his music career, balancing practical plans with a growing creative vision. That combination of artistic experimentation, internet-era hustle, and refusal to stay inside one lane would eventually help transform him from a local musician into one of the most recognizable and unpredictable personalities in modern online culture. Around 2010 and 2011, a major turning point reportedly changed the direction of Oliver Tree's life forever. According to accounts he shared publicly, he experienced a serious incident at the Burning Man Festival as a teenager, an event he later described as helping push him toward music with a new level of focus and commitment. He spoke about using creativity as an outlet during a difficult period in his life, and many fans believe that experience shaped much of the artist he would later become. It's a part of his story that often gets overlooked because his public image was built around humor, absurd characters, and over-the-top performances. But when you look deeper, some of those creative choices start to make more sense. The exaggerated personas, the constant jokes, the layers of irony, and the refusal to fit into any one category all seem to come from someone determined to create his own world rather than follow anyone else's rules. By 2013, he released his debut EP Demons, which featured a cover of Radiohead's Karma Police that reportedly earned approval from Thom Yorke himself. That alone was a huge milestone for a young independent artist from California. Then came 2016, the year many fans point to as the moment everything changed. Through Vine, Oliver introduced the world to his unforgettable alter ego, Turbo, complete with the famous bowl haircut, oversized retro outfits, and a personality designed to be just annoying enough that nobody could look away. As Oliver himself once described it, Turbo was just the right amount of annoying. And for Vine's fast-moving internet culture, it was the perfect formula. People either loved it or couldn't stop talking about it, and either way, it worked. That same year, his collaboration with producer Weathen on When I'm Down exploded online and helped introduce him to a much larger audience. The viral success of the track opened new doors and eventually led to his signing with Atlantic Records in 2017. From there, his career continued to grow at an incredible pace. What started as a teenager making electronic music in Santa Cruz evolved into one of the most recognizable and unconventional brands in modern music and internet culture. Over the years, Oliver built a fan base numbering in the millions, earned major industry recognition, and created a career unlike almost anyone else in the business. As for the reported helicopter collision over Recreo dos Bandeirantes on June 14, 2026, authorities are still investigating exactly what happened, and officials have not yet released final conclusions regarding the cause. More information may emerge as investigators continue their work and review the evidence. No matter how people first discovered Oliver Tree, whether through When I'm Down, Life Goes On, Vine, YouTube, or his wild interviews and videos, his impact on fans and online culture is impossible to ignore. If you have a favorite Oliver Tree song, memory, or moment, share it in the comments below. And if you want more updates on this story and other major entertainment news, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others so you don't miss future coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep following the story as new developments become available.